Welcome back to Silmark Farms. Those who are joining us for the first time, my name is Sylvie Mutesi from Silmark Farms, and I am saying hi. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for following, for liking, for commenting. I really enjoy reading your comments. It is through the comments that we have that honest conversation. Okay, so today I just wanted us to inform you that at Silmark Farms, we have made a full year since we started our project in the local chicken. A full year, 19th of February, we made a year and we are celebrating. Clap, 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 clap. So, we have learned. So today I'm going to share with you our journey, how we started, our challenges, what we have learned and relearned, and the way forward. So sit, have a cup of tea, have a glass of juice, and come, let us have a conversation. At Silmark Farms, we made a decision beginning of last year to start this project, keeping the local chickens on our farm. Prior to that, I had been searching, doing research, learning more, doing lessons about how to keep local chickens. And I did that the year before that, which was 2024, towards the end. And then 2025, in February 19th, our first batch of chicks came. It was nerve-wracking. Hey! Woo! It was nerve-wracking. Of course, we first prepared. We built the chicken house before the chicks came. We prepared the house. We had drilled water about 2 years before that. So we had been preparing slowly by slowly, up to the time when we booked the chickens, and they came on the 19th of Feb last year. It has been amazing. It has been nerve-wracking. It has been challenging. But here we are, still sailing. And with all the challenges that we have gone through, I can tell you and I can assure you, I wouldn't change it for the world. I would not change it. I would not change anything. Yes. So, when we were anticipating the chicks to come, there was a lot of preparation that went into. Of course, the chicken house was built. We had to prepare the husks to put on the ground. We had to set up, to buy all the materials that we need, the drinkers, the feeders, everything that you need. And then the chicks came. I was so nervous. Oh my God. I was so nervous. And I know, and I'm sure, so many people out there, when you know what I'm talking about right now. It is nerve-wracking. Why? Because it was my first time ever. I didn't grow up on a farm. It was something completely new from the norm, from the things that I've been doing before, from the things that from all the jobs I've ever done in this life. Hmm? It was something completely different. But I was passionate and I had made a decision to make this work. So I knew that this is what I want to do. And one thing that drove me to wanting to have to keep the chickens, most especially the local chickens, I had learned and understood that amongst all the breeds, our local chicken still stands the test of time. Our local chicken is disease resistant. Our local chicken is organic. Hmm? It is tastier. Our local chicken still holds value in the market. Okay? Our local chicken, you buy once and you keep multiplying. So because of that, I made a decision because naturally, I'm a naturopathic nutritionist. I am drawn to everything natural and organic. That is my advocacy. That's what I teach. I'm a health coach. I'm a nutritionist. So that's I I promote nature at its best. Even when it comes to healing, I tend to um, to help people using natural remedies, organic food. All right. So this is why I decided and I said that amongst all the breeds, I'm going to keep the local chicken. And another thing, the local egg, the local yellow egg, it has healing properties. For example, if someone lacks blood completely, when they need a blood transfusion, you can use that egg, mix it with either um, grape juice, pure grape juice. You know the one they make from dried grapes, raisins. Yeah, you can mix it in an egg and give it to the person who is very ill without energy, no blood completely, and you can revive that person. There's so many goodness in that local egg, which you don't get the same healing properties in the other eggs. Okay? So there are so many reasons why I decided to keep the local chickens. Okay, so we started. The chicks came, the people who we bought the chicks from, they came, they helped us to set up the brooder. And there they went, and they left us. And I'm like, please don't go, come back, come back. But they had to leave us, they had to go, and we had to put both our feet in the water. That's when the dance started. And then we are not sleeping, we are in the brooder. Uh, Maybe early in the morning, we are there. We leave the brooder at 1, come back at 4, constantly. And maybe this is something probably, I don't know, now I'm completely different. I've learned a lot. Nothing phases me. But on the hindsight, now this is the honest truth. On the hindsight, if you are watching me and you want to start, I would advise you to start small. Yes, please do start small. Start with like maybe 500. That's a good business sense. It's a good number to start with. Okay? 500 can be manageable. I started with 3,000. An amateur, I'd done the training, I'd done the research and everything, but let me tell you, practically is a completely different thing. It's a complete different thing. It's a different ball game. So please, when you want to start, start small and grow. So yeah, I was enthusiastic, I was excited, I was ready. I'd just come back home. I said, I'm gonna make this my income generating business. I'm gonna start well, all that. You know, when you're starting something, you have so many things that is happening in your mind, and you're getting the calculator, you're counting things, and you're like, yes, game of numbers, they have taught us, they have, you know, let's do this. But if I was just beginning for the first time, I would do things maybe differently. Maybe I would start with a smaller number. But anyway, we did that. We went through the journey of the brooder. It was not easy. We had sleepless nights, but I was determined and I was doing this with all the passion. I told my boys at the farm that, guys, no sleeping. We were there. Hey! I don't even know what to say, but I guess you understand when you're excited about something. So they started getting sick. Now I'm talking about the challenges. When the chicks started getting sick and they started dying, the chickens die. Let me tell you, you who's watching me and you're keeping chickens, chickens will die. They will die, and you should not be shaken. I was shaken in the beginning because it was my first time. Every chick would die, and I feel like my heart is pumping so hard. My heart is about to pop out. You know, I went through the challenge. We treated, we asked, we made phone calls, we did all that. We invited the vet, we did all that. We were in a panic mode. And then another thing, another challenge that I had, please don't do this at your farm. That's why I'm saying start small. Start with a number that is manageable. I had started with 3,000 in the chicken house, brooding in the chicken house that holds 1,000 when they are mature chickens, right? So, in a preparation that as the chicks came, another house, another chicken coop was being built. Somewhere I'm going to take the excess into the other house when they grow bigger over 4 weeks. Now, this is what happened. The guys that were building the other house, they really messed me up because my timings were the time that I had counted that by 4 weeks the house should be done and we are moving. It didn't happen like that. So I was faced with the challenge of overcrowding. I'm talking about my journey. You who's joining me at this hour, I'm talking about our journey of 1 year from the beginning to where we are now. Overcrowding was such a problem. My chickens started dying because they were overcrowded. Ugandans, I'm sorry to say, but builders can mess you up. They don't work on timelines. They don't work on dates. Never assume things. That's one thing I've learned. Never assume things here in Uganda or in Africa in general. Whenever you're counting your time, put excess time. because you're going to be disappointed. Be sure you will be disappointed. In Europe, where I spent so much of my time, there's always a deadline. People work on timelines. When someone says that it will be done on such and such date, it is done on such and such date. When it's a house that is being built, they give you a deadline, a date which they are going to deliver or hand over your house. It's not the same here. So that's another thing that I have learned. I've learned to be patient with guys here. It is very hard to find someone who will tell you that I am going to do this for you and I'll deliver on such and such date. The date will come, they will not even bother to call you. Yeah, so that's another challenge. All right. Another challenge that I faced big time was the feeds. The person who taught me did not tell me that before the chicks come, prepare the feeds. They didn't tell me that. I wish they had told me. Now, if you're watching me and you're preparing to start, please listen to me. Before you book your chicks, prepare maize because it is a major ingredient. It is 70% of the feeds of the chickens. So make sure that you prepare the feeds. Say you buy your tons of maize and you know you are well stocked, then book the chicks. Otherwise, you are going to be disappointed. You're going to be under pressure. You are going to be out of pocket. Yeah? So I want to encourage you. When you're ordering your chicks, make sure you have maize stocked up. The concentrate, the lime, those ones you can buy, the maize brand. If you can, stock maize brand as well. But make sure you get very nice and dried maize brand, because if you buy it and it's not dry, it's going to have to get mold, and mold, those are diseases. Yeah, so that was another challenge that I faced. Another thing that is so important, so important, farm supervision. You have to be there. You must be there to supervise. In person, do not delegate because this is a sensitive project, very sensitive. You don't want to be told, oh, this and this happened, oh, now they are sick, oh, no. Be there. Go in the chickens, see for yourself, see the challenges firsthand. Telephone farming, and you're bringing chicks on your farm, make sure you're there. That is a big, big, big challenge. But for me, I didn't face it because I was here. But I know so many people who cry because they are not there. Okay? So, those were the challenges that I faced. What I learned so many things. I came to enjoy the chickens. Every day I would go in the chicken house and I could go there and greet them. They became my babies. I was calling them my babies. I would see each and every day they are growing. They have started developing the feathers, and I really enjoyed the journey. I would not change it. With all the challenges I faced, I would not change it for anything. So I learned so much. I learned the behaviors of the chickens. Chickens have behaviors. Did you know that? Hmm? Chickens poke each other and they die. They kill each other. Hmm? Chickens have behaviors. They fight. If you don't separate, even if you separate the cocks from the hens, the cocks will still fight. And they actually fight and kill each other. Another thing, I was so attached to my chickens. I didn't want to cut their beaks. I didn't want to debeak them until a point where I'm losing chickens. I'm losing chickens each and every day because they are eating each other, literally. Cannibalism in chickens. So I remember I bought clippers, clipped the beaks, but then they grow again. And then they keep poking and dying. I had to call in a professional vet to really do the permanent thing where they put that metal thing in the fire and they put it on, and that's it. It won't grow again. But that was very painful. So what I learned is do not get attached to your chickens. These are birds. They grow, they die, just like humans. Okay? Don't be attached. And if you're doing a business, do not be attached to these things because this is your business. Don't look after your chickens as pets. They are not pets. It's business. So those are things that I had to learn the hard way. It was not easy. Attachment. I remember the first time when I was selling off the cocks. Huh? That separation, I really felt it. I did. I was so attached to them. I see that they have grown, they're all big and ripe, and then I'm selling it to somebody. Come on, why are you taking my cocks? Like I didn't want them to go. But it's a business, so don't run your business as don't put so much feelings into it. Chickens are there to grow and they take them. They grow and they take them. Now I'm a completely different person. I have learned that and I've changed that. Now nothing phases me. When the chickens die, I don't even change. Nothing. I remain the same. But now, enkoko zifa, no biggie. They die. Okay? So, okufa kw'enkoko si mawulire. Let them die. They will die. Ezisigalawo, they will still multiply. And the beauty with the local chickens, they keep multiplying. You don't buy. What you have keep multiplying. Go weesalako. N'ogamba, I think I can manage this number. Okay? But as they grow, you sell off. As they grow, you sell off. So I've learned so much. I've learned to be organized. Okay? I've learned to plan out for the week for the feeds, and I know I bought feeds for the whole week, so I have a routine weekly, once a week, when I go to buy feeds. So I'm not on pressure anymore. When I have money, and during the time of maize season, when you get money, you buy in bulk. So I have learned all that. Okay, we are still learning. The diseases can be persistent sometimes, most especially cough and cold. That hits the chickens as a whole, everywhere. People will tell you, poultry keepers will tell you, cough and flu hits them all the time. You treat them, they get better, it comes back again, they get better. And what I've learned as well, you have to keep changing the medications that you give it. Though I like to prevent more than treating. I only go into the vet medication when the situation has gone out of hand or when I've tried with the natural remedies and it's persistent. But my first port of call is natural remedies.